Okay guys, so before getting into things, let's add an Eslint. So over here, the Eslint config, I'm using this config React app, so I don't have to config it myself. So I'll be copying all this over and adding it as a dev dependency. So let's do this. I'll quit from, let's go back to our app. I'm in the app directory. So I'll say yarn add -d, paste that thing over, and I'll remove the versions. So I don't, what I need is the latest versions, not the versions they have given us. Okay, so after that also we need to add in yarn add -d typescript Eslint parser and also the Eslint plugin as well. So after you install that, what we need to do is create a file under app in the root tab. We'll say .eslint_rc.json, and here we'll say we'll be extending the React app that we have installed right now. So React app, and then after you do this, we can reload our window, and then you might face an error for you guys, most probably. So if you're facing an error on the bottom right corner, what you can do is you can open up the node modules. So let me go to my settings, and before that you also need the Eslint extension as well. So you need to install the Dirk Bumer Eslint extension. You can search for Eslint in the search bar. You can install this, and then in your settings what you need to do is you need to install the, say for prettier Eslint integration is true, and also for Eslint validate you can say TypeScript React autofix the language, and JavaScript as well for validating Eslint. And then let me show you guys in the node modules what you can do if you're getting the error. I'll say false here. So if you open up the node modules from the root app, let's go down to Eslint Eslint config React tab, open the index.js file. Over here the issue for me was actually the overrides file should be an array rather than an object. So for you guys, if it's an object, what you can do is you can go up to, you can press this GitHub repository button over here, go to packages over here, Eslint config React app and the index.js, and you can copy this overrides file over here. This is what I've done. So I've copied this override file, I've pasted over rather than overriding the object. I've removed the object override file and pasted the array one. And also you need to remember is there should be a comma over here as well. So comma next is rules. So after saving this and reloading our app, let's go back to settings and switch off node modules. Okay, now we'll reload our app. Then you can see in the source navigation app.container, let's go to unauth stack or the tab navigator. If you try to hover over here, you can see it says unreachable code by Eslint, and also I think it'll take some time for TypeScript to restart. So right now you can see it's loading here. So TypeScript also will say unreachable code. So both TypeScript as well as Eslint is also working. Let's see now. Now you can see it says from TypeScript unreachable code and from Eslint as well. And then in the tsconfig, what you can do is also you need to say strict is true for tsconfig, and we'll also say always strict is true. So what strict is true means we'll be utilizing all the TypeScript checking options, and always strict means it'll add in the use strict when we are creating our generating our file. And that is it. So if you take a look in the app.container right now, we'll get an error in the React navigation web. So if we try to install this at types React navigation web, it won't work because there is no types for /web. So to create this types, what I've done is I've created a new folder here at types, and under at types I've created another folder. I've called it at react/navigation, and then under React navigation a new file index.d.ts, and inside that declare module, should be declare module, and inside the module I'll say React navigation/web. Let's save this. Should be React navigation/web. There seems to be a typo here, that's the thing. I was getting confused. Okay, now seems like our error has gone away because we have set the declare module for React navigation. So everything seems to be set right now. Let's remove that break over here, unreachable code, and that is it. So right now, and also we also need to change this app container name to root. So if you're following the convention, this is a better name to follow, root over here. Let's change this app to root, and then let's change the name of the file as well, and under our app.tsx file we'll change this app container to root container. Let's import it, save, and that's it. So, and also in our home stack navigation there seems to be two homes, so rather than calling home stack we'll call this main, so it's a better name. So let's change this to main. So we need to import this under our anode stack, so change this to main. Main stack, let's import this, remove this, and then in our app stack as well change this to main. Okay, so everything seems to be set. So under our home stack we'll change this file name as well. It should come from main stack navigator. Save this over here, save this over here, and then in our root container, home tab navigator. Okay, so we are moving from home tab. Okay, this seems to be set, so this should be home. Okay, rather than calling it main, we'll call it home. So in the main we have a home, so inside home we have, what is it, poll and poll profile. So why I've done this is because in the future, let's say some reason in the root container, for some reason we change the name of app to apps stack. Let's say we call it app stack. So if you open up our device right now and go to login and press the login button. We are not taken to, let's see what happened. I need to save this. Okay, I need to restart Android. That seems to be the old version. Let's change our directory to packages. It seems to be running without running in memory. Change this to local as well rather than lose this thing. I'll open the local version over here. Okay, now it's bundling. I can see it's bundling. Now that I've changed this to app stack, I'll go to login and press the login button. I'm not taken to the app stack. So you might be thinking, okay, I'll just go to the login over here. I'll change this to app stack. So in the future, let's say we have lot of screens like this, and we are also navigating to different stacks here and there. So this is going to be difficult for us. So we need to go to each and every screens and keep changing it manually. So for this problem to solve, what we'll do is we'll create an enum. So let's create an enum for our routes. So for each route name, we'll create an enum. So here you can see the auth and the app stack is coming from root container. So we'll call it, we'll pass in the route name over here by creating our enum. So let's export this, export enum. It's routes, so let's call it routes. And then take a look in the root container. In the root container we have two root stacks. Here you can see the auth and the app stack. So it's under root, so we'll call it root auth and root app. So here you can see in the stack, I'll just say root auth and the root app. So this is an enum value. Let's say root auth and the root app. And then if you take a look after inside the unauth stack, you can see we have the main screen, the login and the sign up. So what we can do is in the stack we'll say under the unauth, we have the main, under unauth we have the login, and under unauth we have the sign up. And then let's add that values later on. So under the app stack, what we have, just the main screen, so we'll call it app main. And then if we take a look in the main stack navigator, what we have is the home. So under main we just have single main. I mean for the unauth stack we just have the same main, and for the app stack as well we have the same main. So if we take a look in the main stack, we just have the main home. So what we will say under main, so main is coming from, go to main home. And then in our home, what we have in the home, what we have is the poll and the profile. So we can say under home we have poll, and under home we have the profile. I guess you guys can understand what we are trying to do. Here is in the root, for example, let's take a look in the root container. Under the root we have two stacks, unauth and app stack. So that is what we have said here. Under root we have unauth and app stack, and under unauth stack we have the main, login and sign up. So under auth main, login and sign up, and under app stack we just have the main. So that is what I've specified. Under app we have main. So under main what we have is the home. So that is what I've said here. Under main we have just the home, and under home we have the poll and poll profile. So under home we have poll and poll profile. So let's give the enums values. So auth main, I think it's better to copy this. Let's see, it should be E. Okay, so also I need to add in a comma over here, that's why it's showing an error. Okay, so now we have created our route names, so we can pass that route name over here. So not in the app stack, let's start from the root container. So we'll say routes dot root. So we have the root unauth, as well as, let's copy this thing over, and we have the root app. We have the root unauth and root app. So under the unauth stack we'll go and change this to routes dot unauth main, and then for the login we'll do the same thing. Let's copy this thing over, so move this, change this to login, change this to sign up. Similarly we'll do this in the app stack as well. Routes dot app main, and then in the main stack we'll say this is the routes dot main home, and for the home tab we'll call this routes dot home poll, and this one let's copy this thing over, and this should be profile, and that's it. So under our stack again, let's change this unauth to route root. So route dot root app, and this one should be route dot root unauth. Now you can see a lot of errors being generated. So let's take a look in the home tab navigator. We'll change the cases first. So this needs to come from the routes as well. So route dot root unauth, and this one should be route dot root app. And take a look in the app stack. We'll change this coming from route dot root app, is it? Yes. So for the unauth stack as well, pass in routes dot root Anauth, and that is it, I guess, for changing the route names. Okay, let's save this, open up our device right now. Let's see if everything is working or not. Let's go back to, seems like I'm missing something. I'm missing my login screen. Where was it? Why has this happened? Let's take a look in the stack. Login. Oh, this needs to be login, so that's the problem. Login at that main. So it was passing in main. So let's take a check over here. Not app, main login sign up, main home, and poll profile. Let's take a look in the device. Now we have the main login and sign up. And when we try to log in, okay, let's go back to login screen, change this back to routes dot root. We are changing it to app, so root app. Let's go back to device again, try to log in. Okay, so now we are logged into home poll and home profile. So that is it, guys, for this video. For the next video, what we'll do is we'll change these names, the app names, and the login name and the sign up name, as you can see here. So this is what we'll change in the next video, and in the future we'll add in the buttons, and also we'll add in the header as well. So when we change the tabs, we'll get the header as well. So thank you guys for watching.